So the book in the last section talks about variables and different kinds of variables. So a variable is a characteristic or property that could take on different values. So there can be quantitative variables, qualitative variables, etc. And it talks about a constant, which is a characteristic or property that can take on only one value. A discrete variable is a variable that consists of isolated numbers separated by gaps. So the book gives an example how in a family you can't have 2.5 kids. You could have 3 kids or you could have 2 kids. That would be discrete. Then it talks about continuous variables, which is a variable that consists of numbers whose values, at least in theory, have no restriction. So for example, you can weigh 151.1257 pounds, and those numbers can continue to infinity. So then it goes into approximate numbers, which are numbers that are rounded off, as is always the case with values for continuous variables. So again, as it says, somebody's weight might be 140.01438, but we usually round it off and say they're 140 pounds. And that goes the same for SAT scores, different things like that. So some examples they provide are in the progress check. A litter of mice, that would be considered discrete because there will probably most likely be around like 5 mice, but there's not 5.5 mice. Cooking time for pasta is continuous because to make the perfect pot of pasta, it might be 2.5 minutes or it might be 12.25 minutes. Parole violations by convicted felons would be discrete because it's a set time. IQ is continuous. Age is continuous. Population of your hometown discrete. Speed of a jetliner continuous. So then it talks about independent and dependent variables. So your